What is up, people? I am back with another Driving with Arjuneus video. It's no surprise a lot of people come to me asking advice on how to go vegan or talking about how they went back to eating meat, what they should do, all these sorts of messages I get. So I just want to make a video of some of the most common things that I've noticed throughout the years of people messaging me in regards to their transition of the vegan lifestyle, right? So the first and foremost mistake I think people make is they're thinking about what they are restricted to rather than thinking about what they're open to, right? So it's basically a restrictive mindset versus a growth mindset. So when you go vegan and you can't consume dairy, milk, eggs, cheese, you can't consume meat, right? Chicken, beef, lamb, pork. It naturally sounds like you're being restricted to things, but you have to remember, most people are eating the same dead animals all the time, but when you're a vegan or you're plant-based, you can consume so much more options, right? And you got to also think about the big picture. You're not restricting yourself, you're opening yourself to new alternatives. You have to reframe your mind in the sense that you are opening yourself up to much better, healthier, and sustainable options that are obviously more ethical, right? And then when you buy it, you have to be a little proud of yourself that I bought this thing. I took some extra effort to buy an option that is not supporting factory farming, and I feel great. It's really that simple. But some people cannot enjoy the simple things in life, but understand that it's really not that complicated. There's so many vegans before you that have gone vegan and they've been perfectly just fine. And bouncing off of that, the other mistake people do is that they think that they can only consume vegan cheese. If they're cutting out cheese, now you can only consume vegan cheese because that must have the probiotics in there, right? No, you don't have to have all the vegan junk food. And I feel like people just automatically think, I don't want to go vegan because Beyond Meat is not healthy and they have coconut oil in it. First of all, it has avocado oil now. But second of all, it's not that vegans just consume vegan meats and vegan dairy products all the time. You don't even have to consume a single vegan alternative product. For probiotics, you can get it from somewhere else. You can get a pill if you really wanted to make it super cheap for you and convenient, because that's what they're giving to these animals anyways. Or you can eat so many different types of whole foods that have probiotics in there. So understand that you don't have to consume the stereotypical vegan food that you might see being advertised by these big companies, and you can completely be a raw whole foods vegan. And there's plenty of these people out there. In fact, in Santa Monica, where I hang out sometimes, there's an entire club called the Raw Vegan Food Club. And they're just a bunch of health-conscious people that straight up eat fruits by the beach. They're not eating any processed food whatsoever. The other mistake people make is not planning ahead and not having a foundation on what meals they're going to be eating and consuming. It's just planning ahead. Okay, well, I can't put eggs in this cookie, so maybe I can put nutritional yeast. Maybe instead of eggs, I can put tofu. Maybe instead of eggs, I can use an alternative and get that before bacon cookies. Or just take out eggs altogether and see if it tastes great without it. And you can use a vegan egg too. It's not something to be that worried about. It's literally just mung bean protein. And the final mistake people make is not having a support community. That is so important because we humans are all social creatures and we need a community of people. Your tribe is your vibe. So if you can't vibe with your people, it's going to be very hard to have a lifestyle where everyone's against it. Maybe the vegan friends that are locally in your community, you don't even like that much, but hey, just hang out with them. Exchange some tips, learn how to make your life easier from people that are in the same path as you. It's really that simple. And it's going to make such a big difference on how you execute your veganism. And I would encourage people to get into activism if they could. Not that you have to be a full-time activist, but just go out and try it one time. You'll be surprised on how you feel after, because all the problems you have right now are nothing compared to the problems happening with animals. And you don't really actualize that until you're part of an entire movement on the streets. And you can feel that this revolution is so much bigger than yourself. And that in turn just makes you feel so much more grateful for the life you have as a privileged human being, basically. But you're not really going to notice it until you actually go to these events where everyone collectively is trying their very best to put an end to the mass murder of animals. And again, you can conceptually talk about it all you want, but going there and experiencing it with a massive group of people is a different type of energy. Just like watching a video of an animal being killed is completely different than actually being on site at the slaughterhouse and seeing the animal being killed before your very eyes, hearing the screams echoing through the room, blood dripping, and the smell of death. That is a completely different experience. So going in person to these activism events can really put a perspective on actualizing the concept that you already know. Anyways, those are just my quick tips on these mistakes that I've noticed a lot of new vegans make, and just my experience of what I've been messaged about. So I hope that helps the broader audience here. And don't forget, if you want to join my Patreon membership, you can select your own topics for me to cover, get cool giveaways, merch, and a whole bunch of other cool rewards. So check me out there, and I'll see you guys next time. Chaos out!